Mm. Blessings. Blessings, you beautiful souls. Blessings, you beautiful souls. So, as I sit here and I gaze at the current planets, the astrological chart of the moment, I can see that Venus, blessings, Curly Rose, blessings, Coco. How we doing, fam? So Venus right now has a conjunction with Neptune with an orb of 10. So this week you're definitely going to hear about mermaids. That's without question. You're definitely going to hear about mermaids this week. Listen, also, Uranus is at the 20th degree, y'all. Uranus is at the 20th degree, so please, right now, check on your strong friends. There are going to be a lot of people exiting their body due to unaliving themselves. I mean, in the wildest way. People jumping off of buildings, people jumping off of bridges. Since Uranus is in Taurus, look for people to take themselves out, using the earth as the final endpoint. So jumping off of things, jumping off of mountains. Yeah, a lot of that going on right now. So y'all, this is just a warning. Check on your strong friends. A lot. I guarantee you, if you were to check right now, the suicide rate is high, very high. What else? I just want to give y'all three things real quick. People, celebrities are about to commit suicide. Yeah, listen, your boy Diddy on the run, huh? Your boy Diddy on the run. Strong friends. Yeah, you probably came in late. I said that Uranus is at the 20th degree right now. I believe I tweeted either a year or 2 years ago that when Uranus gets to the 18th through the 22nd degree, you're going to see the suicide rate rise up really high. What's happening right now, Uranus is at the 20th degree and the suicide rate is, I see people taking themselves out left and right on the internet, y'all. Our destiny is written by the stars. You can never escape your fate. So I'm not telling y'all this because it's something that I think or it's my opinion. It's happening, you know. I'm an astrologer. I'm reading the stars, you know. Also, let me bring up Diddy's chart real quick because somebody asked me a question about Diddy the other day. I was just looking at his chart not too long ago, and so I can tell you right now. So I'm only gonna peace. So this is gonna be a quick live, you know. Gonna touch on three things today. The first one is what I just told y'all, and let me look at it. So Diddy's chart. I would say that right now Saturn is getting on his ass because Saturn is at 12 degrees in Pisces, and Diddy has his North Node in Pisces. Not good. I don't see this ending good, as far as mortality. Please talk about the eclipse happening next week. I don't see this. I made a whole video about the eclipse happening next week. I don't see this ending good for Diddy as far as mortality, and the only reason I say that is because his North Node is at 18 degrees in Pisces. Pisces is the sign of, rules the house of ending of cycles and literal death. So if Diddy has his North Node into 18 degrees of Pisces, and right now you have, this is the worst time to do this, but the reason that this is happening to Diddy is because Diddy is going through his Chiron return. When you go through your Chiron return, if you have not done the work to start to implement the healing in your life, Chiron's going to do it for you. Chiron is going to expose you so that you can start to heal. Chiron exposed Diddy. Next, pay attention to what I'm about to say. Next, Chiron is going to expose Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z's stuff is going to take down Beyonce. I repeat, next, Chiron is going to take down Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's dirt is going to take down Beyonce. Okay? I did a whole tweet, like a whole thread on Beyonce. So yeah. So right now, Mars is in Pisces, so this is really not the best time to do this. So y'all wait for Mars to get to either the 8th degree, the 18th degree, or the 22 degrees. When Mars gets to those degrees, Mars is then going to be conjuncting with Saturn. Ooh, you do not want to fuck with that energy. So this can take Diddy out of his body. What are strong friends? I already said it. I already said it. Strong friends are people who appear to be strong, but they have a lot of shit going on underneath. That's really simple to decode. Anyway, you're taking me off focus. So when Mars conjuncts with and you got Priapus in Pisces? Hell no. Hell no. So I don't see this ending with Diddy staying in his physical body. And plus his Venus is at the 22 degree in Libra, and we just had this eclipse, this cardinal eclipse. So you got the eclipse energy that's exposing him. You got Saturn on his ass. You're about to have Mars on his ass. This is not gonna end good for him. Okay. Second thing, I had a dream about a bomb. And if y'all been following me for a while, the last couple of times I had dreams about explosions, I posted the receipts on Twitter. They all came to pass. Right? So last night I had a dream about a bomb, like a huge bomb that's gonna go off. I hope not. I hope by me saying that shit doesn't happen, but I'm afraid it is. Also, things to watch out for right now is so Mars is about to go over to the 3rd degree, which means that probably tomorrow or Wednesday you're going to hear about communications going south between. One second. Yeah, because Mercury's at the 24th degree Aries, so I would say either tomorrow or Tuesday, look for some type of communications are not looking good, but between ships on the water, okay? So this can be China and Taiwan, this can be, United States ships are approaching, yada yada, look for that type of situation to appear in the news this week. Something with battleships in the ocean, okay? Also, in your city, look out for lead in your drinking water. I'm giving y'all very clear things that are going to happen. I hope you're writing these down. Lead in your drinking water is going to be a problem. And the last thing that I'll say is, since you have Mercury squaring Pluto, And Pluto is in Aquarius, and Mercury's in Aries. Pluto is at an Aries degree in Aquarius. So again, this just further confirms this notion of, is that at the 24th degree? I really hope a bomb does not go off. Like a mass casualty event is about to take place, y'all. Let's hope not, though. Let's hope not. But I'm only telling you what I'm seeing in the stars. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is identity. So, during this solar eclipse, let me take a look at oh my God, this smoothie is so damn good. Let me take a look at this solar eclipse that we have. I'm about to pull up the chart for that day, just so I can give y'all a clear answer of what's going to be happening that day. So, April 8th. Okay, April the 8th. I keep seeing videos online about people saying, "Oh, on April the 8th, the sun and moon." Thank you for that comment. That just like made my heart warm. I keep seeing, I saw a girl post a video online, and like people are reposting it and like trying to confirm what she's saying. She's saying that, Nicole, thank you so much for the badge. Thank you so much for the badge. Just to be transparent, I'm a Taurus North Node, right? So I'm supposed to be getting like, thank you for the badge. When you guys send me badges, you're helping me to honor my North Node. So thank you. But I saw the video online when the girl says that the sun and moon are set to align that day, but that's simply not true. I'm looking at the chart right now. The sun and moon are most definitely are supposed to align. So be careful who you listen to online when it comes to astrology, right? Because you have a lot of non-astrologers who are trying to give you astrological advice, okay? So it's best to align with people who live, eat, and breathe astrology, who have strong placements in their chart for astrology, okay? So I'm looking at the sun and moon. On that day, the sun's going to be at 8. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Oh, this eclipse is going to be, oh, Lord. Yeah, this is we're not going to make it through this eclipse without a sacrifice. Ooh, Joe Biden. Keep your eyes on Joe Biden. So the sun's going to be at 18 degrees that day. Jupiter's going to be at 18 degrees that day. Lilith is going to be at 20 degrees that day. Pallas is going to be at 8 degrees that day. Spicy eclipse. Spicy eclipse. Whoa. Whoa. I teach classes on Patreon Mondays and Wednesdays. Not this week though, because we have spring break. But I teach astrology classes on Patreon. I've been doing it for the last year. So yeah, this solar eclipse. So with this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. We have a lot of Aries energy for that day. So I would not be surprised if we're not going to make it through April 8th without explosions. Big explosions. look to, I don't know why San Antonio, Texas just came in my head. I guess San Antonio, Texas. Um, and I would look for huge explosions. I'll wait for more locations to come to mind. But the thing about this solar eclipse is that what we're seeing is what you guys are seeing literally, like you're witnessing a ritual, right? It's so many things happening at once. My homie Astro Assassin on TikTok, the breakdowns that she does over there goes like over a lot of people's heads, but she just did a great breakdown with this terrorist attack that they did overseas. It was the Russian theater with like they were like shooting a bunch of people in the theater. The first thing that came to mind when I saw that was the film Tenet, and she just did a great breakdown on how they were using Tenet in that film. Crazy. Isis as well. Isis represents the moon. So the location where ISIS struck is very important. Continue to keep your eyes on Russia because bombs are about to go off. Bombs are about to go off. I'm hearing this stuff the same time I'm saying it to y'all. These are downloads, okay? So on that day, you're going to have the sun conjuncting. Yeah, because the moon's going to be, it's going to be a 10 degree, it's going to be a conjunction with the orb of 10 with the sun and the moon. And the sun is going to be conjuncting Mercury in Aries. Venus is going to be in Aries at that point. So I can tell you this. If you are in an eclipse, right? If you are in a relationship right now, that relationship might get eclipsed. What do I mean by that? It means that if the scales aren't balanced in your relationship, because the sun and moon and the north node are all going to, and the north node is going to go direct that day. The north node is going to go direct on the day of the eclipse. You know what's wild? We have never had an eclipse with the moon when the moon has not conjuncted the north node. Somebody should look into that. I probably will tonight. But here's what's going to happen. If you are in a relationship, that relationship is going to end because you're going to have all of this energy opposing the south node in Libra. So when this happened, because it will, and not for everybody, because you do have, some relationships are going to last for this, forever. But this is breakup season. And with the solar eclipse, it's going to be the final straw for a lot of relationships, meaning that if you're in a relationship right now, you can probably feel it. Like you can probably feel the wave going out. You can probably feel the flame burning down. And that solar eclipse is going to bring clarity to mind. It's going to have you start anew. This solar eclipse is all about starting anew. It's all Aries energy, right? So Aries represents the I am, the first house, the incarnation of the soul. So whenever you have the sun and the moon both in Aries, what's happening is that you are being forced to make your inner child feel comfortable. How are you going to do that? You have to release anything that is not offering you tangible tools in order to transform, in order to evolve, right? Because people can be anchors too. Y'all. And sometimes people are intentional anchors. Like people will literally come into your life so that you don't pass them up. And that's where you have to be careful. I said this the other day, but I'm going to say it again. The 7th house represents relationships and is ruled by Libra, which this eclipse is going to be opposing. So The seventh house also represents open enemies. And the seventh house represents binding contracts, which makes sense because marriage is a binding contract, right? So, I won't say this is the case for everybody, but a lot of people get the two mixed up, the open enemy and their marriage partner, and they end up marrying their marriage partner, or when they divorce their marriage partner, that person becomes an open enemy. Then you have like nasty child support, child custody stuff, like, you know? So, y'all, we are approaching, actually, we're not approaching, we're already in the thick of it. Your dreams last night, the things that you saw in your dreams last night, y'all, that is a preview. Like, those were so instructions of what's going to take place in your life. Okay? So, for example, for my Aries risings, this eclipse is happening in your first house. Right? So for my Aries risings, you are definitely about to, if you're in a relationship, out of here, boy. If you're a Libra rising and you're in a relationship, I don't mean to say it like that, but, you know, when a relationship ends, you should be grateful, because that means that your teacher is done teaching you the lessons. Your partner is one of your greatest teachers. And the reason why I'm saying this is because y'all know this to be true. When you get in a relationship, all those triggers come out like never before. You, like, when you're not in a relationship, you're like, oh, I'm healed. I'm living my best life. Yeah, I'm healed. And then you get in a relationship, and guess what? You realize that you're not healed because you didn't have anybody triggering you. And so when you get in a relationship and you get triggered, you're like, oh, wait. You realize you still have work to do, because your partner arrives because your partner is a mirror, right? And your frequency attracts your partner. So the frequency that you attracted your partner at is not going to be the same frequency you leave your partner at. Either you're going to go here or here. It depends on the connection and vibration that you share with that individual, right? I'm being shown that, like, we are, as a collective, y'all, we are being given an opportunity to reanalyze the way that we all approach relationships. Because I would say for a good part of like the past, I don't know, millennium, y'all, it's been very hypersexualized. It's been very sex first, connection later. And we are being given an opportunity to put the connection first. Do we really connect? Do we really want to bring a child into a situation where we know we don't connect? So, like, the child support thing is going to be restructured, divorce, marriage. Like, I believe that spiritual unions in the future is going to outweigh marriage. People are going to start getting married less and just start. It's like, I can just see it, like something called a spiritual union is going to come into play, where we're going to get the government out of our relationship. We don't need the government to tell us we love each other. So we're going to find new ways to you. For example, I'm not sure if y'all seen this, but Kellogg's is now like, Kellogg's is going down. This is relatable. Stick with me. Kellogg's is going down because on TikTok, people are telling other people to ban Kellogg's. Now, imagine if the majority of the collective and people you see online is telling you to stop giving up your sex so freely, stop sleeping with people on the first night, stop seeking the flesh and start seeking the heart, start seeking real love. Ooh, we would evolve as a community because then the cheating wouldn't be like you wouldn't have infidelity because people are going to respect other people's relationships more. I'm not going to cheat with you or your man because that's going to hurt another human. So I'm telling y'all, it might sound all kumbaya right now, but trust me and believe this is happening. And I don't know the last time we had a cardinal eclipse. I really don't. But I can tell you what, I know from my Scorpio risings, Scorpio risings are definitely going through we're going through our fourth house year. If you are somebody that's going through either your first, your fourth, your seventh, or your 10th annual perfection years, this eclipse is extremely important for you. If you're a Libra rising, if you're a Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon, you are going to feel this eclipse more than other people. For you, you are truly given a chance to embark on a cardinal cleanse. I just made that up, but I think I'm going to stick with it. Cardinal cleanse. Yeah, I like that. So you're given an opportunity to use this eclipse to embark on a cardinal cleanse. And what that means is Aries, starting anew. If it doesn't align, burn it. Y'all know the meme of the girl, she has like the hairspray with the flame. She's like, ah! Yeah, that's Aries energy. If it's not aligned, burn it. Burn it. Like, write it down on paper. Whatever that you are releasing when the solar eclipse arrives. I don't know what kind of rituals you all do with the solar eclipse, but when the solar eclipse arises, I can tell you what. Besides, putting your crystals, or that was for the lunar eclipse. Everybody that put their crystals on the windowsill, the water on the windowsill last night, you're tapped in, okay? But for the solar eclipse, make sure you're charging your crystals. You charging your water. You put money on your windowsill. Hello, put money on your windowsill like a bag of change, and prepare yourself. Clean your space. Spick and span. Clean your space, like deep clean. Get ready, like get your space in your life to start anew. If the job isn't working, well, we in the times where you can't just quit your job, but start to look for other options. Okay, find ways to start anew for this solar eclipse. Also, one thing I really want to prepare y'all for is something that's going to happen at the end of this year and next year. And your car. Oh yeah. Yes. Nicole. Yes, that's important. Something that's really important is that during the solar eclipse, Mercury is going to be retrograde. And this serves as a confirmation. Look, it doesn't have to be messy. If it's not working, let it go, because you do not want to be arguing with people during the solar eclipse, because it could end fatally. With the degrees I just saw for the day of the eclipse, don't be caught up in any heated arguments with anybody, right? If you can't break it off clean there, just find somewhere else to go and make sure you can break it off clean, because with Mercury being a retrograde, arguments can turn into you leaving your body. Arguments can turn into somebody calling 911. This person's unconscious. So I would even say, if you can, take a day of silence during this eclipse, or at least, be super introspective. Listen more than you speak on that day. And if you want to release it, write it down and burn it. Literally burn it. The best time to do that is exactly when the eclipse is happening. At the moment of the eclipse, have your stuff ready. Burn it, right? Sage yourself, like be in alignment with the sun. What else? Oh yeah, what I was going to say is something I want to prepare y'all for the end of this year and next year is that Neptune, whew, is going to move into the North Node, and well, first I should have talked about Civil War. I'm gonna remind me that before I leave to briefly touch on the film Civil War. But Neptune is going to move into the North Node, and Virgo is going to be in the South Node, which means that the most C19 like adverse effects is going to start to show up next year, because next year you're going to have a lot of people leaving their physical body, because when Neptune is in the North Node, it just happens, y'all, like you start to gain new ancestors. But at the same time, health is going to be the main focus. Another pandemic is likely to take place because the North Node is going to be Neptune. Neptune represents hospitals. Neptune represents insane asylums. Neptune represents the ending of cycles, right? So, and if Virgo is in the South Node, and Virgo also represents health, you're going to have a lot of people experiencing adverse effects, new like health problems popping up. The next year is going to be the year of health and death. Ugh, I hate to say it like that, but also at the same time, you're going to have, and the reason I'm saying this is because Neptune is going to go into Aries. Saturn is going to go into Aries. Whenever historically, and we're going to come back and do a 5D mystery school breakdown of Neptune and Aries and Saturn and Aries, but what I can briefly say is, historically, whenever Neptune has entered Aries, there's always been a war. Whenever Saturn's entered Aries, there's always been a war or bombings. So next year, what can you expect? War and bombings, and a lot of people losing their life due to those two reasons, but also because of the, adverse effect of the jab. So I would say next year you really have to develop tough skin. I said it last year, I'll say it again this year. 2025 is going to be one of the most unforgettable years in human history. 2025 will be one of the most unforgettable years in human history, all of human history. I'm going on record with saying that for the third time. This election is going to be when y'all see what happens with this election, y'all are going to be like, whoa, where do we go from here? If you're being called to buy land, if you're being called to explore your options with living on land, please follow that. Please follow that. I know me personally, I have a couple acres, and I'm going to find a way to offer people, besides my tribal on Patreon, I'm going to offer people a way to come and live for free, And I implore more people, let's say it's you and 10 friends, and y'all each can put in $1,000, not $1,000. If you and 10 friends were to put in $1,000, you can buy land, y'all all buy your RVs, you never have to pay rent again. We need to start thinking of options like that, because buying a house is outdated. Because if you buy a house, you can still be evicted by the landlord. But if you buy land, nobody can evict you. Who's going to evict you from your own land? You can pass land down to your children, but your children can sell that house that you bought. Hello? So, buy land. They're not making any more of it. you know. But yeah, with Civil War, they're releasing Civil War the same week as the solar eclipse, y'all. Do y'all see what they're doing? They are arming these what's the most kind way to say this? They're arming the immigrants. We literally have an invasion. I said back in 2020 there was going to be a ground invasion. I had hella people saying you're crazy. What's happening right now? We have a ground invasion, and it's not just people from Mexico. They have a lot of Russians coming through that border. Hello? So, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see. Now, I'm going to say this because I don't want it to happen, okay? But what could possibly happen is that these immigrants that are coming in, they're all being armed. They're giving them guns. What is the premise of Civil War? The film. Go and read the. You can't make this up. So, Civil War is going to bring on a huge, like, false narrative of patriotism, where people are going to be thinking like. I can already see what's being done, y'all. So let me just say this. I know that we have been taught historically as black people and white people not to like each other. But if you put a black baby and a white baby in a room, they're like best friends, right? We might have to put our differences to the side for a long while and focus on this evasion. We might have to unite and focus on this invasion, because if not, U.S. is going to look like, you know, people are making fun of Trump, but Trump said if he doesn't get elected, the United States will not be a country anymore. We are the red ants, the immigrants are the black ants, and the government is shaking the jar, waiting for us to fight. Exactly. And you know the thing is that they're being trained, right? They're being trained to come in and do certain things. So what you're going to start to see is, and I hope not, but what you can possibly start to see is explosions at like stadiums, like I don't know what sport's in right now. I haven't been connected, but like baseball stadiums, or like just events where there are a lot of like concerts. You have a lot of people on tour right now, right? So you can start to see explosions at like concert halls, public events. I don't think we have any huge public events coming up. The only holiday in April is 420. And Easter. Oh, you have like the Jewish Passover and stuff like that. Oh, that's going to be a heated week. Oh, this Passover is going to be crazy. The sun passing over the equator. So, yeah, April's going to be heated. Well, there was already one in Russia. I heard about that. I believe it's, the Olympics is this year. Whoa, where? Hold up. Really? Olympics. Somebody let me know. Olympics. Where? Summer Olympics. Paris, 2024. Whoa. I have to let me look at the, thank y'all, I appreciate y'all. Let me look at the astrological lineup for the Summer Olympics. But this is 30. Oh shit. This is the 33rd. Oh no. No, 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 no. This is the 33rd. That's their favorite. No. Yeah, this is the Summer Olympics is definitely gonna be oh wow. The Summer Olympics could be the place where they do the explosion. Hmm. How long ago was the Great Fire of Paris? Y'all might not think that that's important, but all that stuff plays in like by the numbers. Numerology runs astrology. Um, yeah. Okay. So, Summer Olympics. I'll look out. I'll do some work. I'll come back and I'll let y'all know about the Summer Olympics. But since it's the 33rd, yeah, yeah. This is definitely gonna be heavily coded. Um, hmm. You already have, but Paris is already crazy anyway right now. So yeah, I hope y'all. I really hope y'all wrote some things down from today's live. Um, this was a channel from a higher source that we all have connections to. So yeah, that we will definitely come back and talk to y'all about Neptune in Aries and Saturn in Aries, but y'all during between the eclipses, let me see how many days do you have until the next eclipse. Um, Let me look at this real quick. We have so 2 weeks because today is the 25th, so it's not the eclipse doesn't happen next Monday, but in 2 weeks. Okay, so you have Good Friday this Friday, and then you have Easter on Sunday, followed by April Fools. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14 days into the next eclipse, so I will look out for look on the head look at the headlines on this Wednesday. So that's going to be 12 days before, and then on the 30th. So write these days down: March the 27th, March the 30th, April the 2nd, and April the 5th. March 27th, March 30th, April the 2nd, and April the 5th. Those are going to be important days for news headlines. And the news headlines is going to give you a clear focus on the ritual, like an inside look on the ritual that's going to be taking place for this eclipse. And like I already said, whoever is being sacrificed, they're going to have heavy Scorpio energy in their chart. I'm surprised they haven't announced the death of the king yet in England. If they don't announce his death this spring, then they're definitely gonna wait until the fall of the king. So they might choose somebody else like Joe Biden. I had a feeling like Dolly Parton was about to leave too for that most odd reason. I don't want to curse her with my words, but I just had that feeling. Sorry, we got any Dolly Parton fans. Okay, so all right, y'all. Y'all have any questions before I get out of here? I appreciate y'all joining me for this live today. Oh yeah, and one more thing. For the identity part I was going to talk about, bring up your natal chart and look at the house where Libra is, and opposite from the house where Libra is, you're going to see Aries. Those are the two. What about Capricorn stelliums? What do you mean? Like all cardinal Capricorn is a, will they be effective? Oh yeah, because Capricorn is a cardinal sign, so most definitely will be affected. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, look at the house where Libra is. All right, and across from the house is Aries. Those two houses are going to be the areas of your life where you are going to be finding that you are thinking about the most, and where new things are going to come. Right. So let's say um, if you have Libra in your 10th house, right? Then that means that you have Aries in your 4th house. So what's happening is, if you have Libra in your 10th house, the South Node is in your 10th house, right? So the way that the public sees you, the way that you are used to be seen by the public, that's changing. And now you're being given an opportunity to really transmute old energy into the new version of yourself by using the midheaven teacher that appears in your life, because of the South Node is in your 10th house, and you have the eclipse opposing your 10th house, and you are operating from a space of high frequency, then that midheaven teacher is going to appear and prepare you for the new changes in how the world is going to start to perceive the new version of you, right? And also look at your 9th house, because the 9th house literally means that you have to study that area of your life to apply to the 10th house, so that you can be proficient enough in the area of the 10th house, so that the public can recognize you and pay respect to you in that area. Right? Because that's important, man. That's your legacy, right? So, what if my midheaven is Aries? If your midheaven is Aries, it's the same thing. That means that the eclipse is happening, right? Amber, yeah, y'all need to come over to Patreon. We don't bite, only on Wednesdays. But if you have so that means that you have the eclipse happening in your 10th house, right? So you might be disappearing from the public eye. You may have been feeling the need to kind of like fall back from the public eye for a little bit, just so that you can become who you need to be in private. If you have Aries in the 10th house, that's exactly what's happening. All my Aries in the 10th house people, you have been feeling the need to be a little bit more secluded, so that you can rebirth yourself in private, so that you can bloom into a new person in public, right? That's how Aries get down, like especially like if you got Jupiter in Aries, if you're in ascendant Aries, like Aries really like to go into themselves when they're feeling the need of retreating. If Aries in your life goes quiet, that means they have a lot of work to do. Right? Aries are, y'all might think that Aries are like naturally extroverted people, but that's simply not true. Aries is the first house, all introversion, right? So, anyway, I'm gonna do my best to put my menu on my website this week for the people asking me to read their natal chart, and first come, first serve. Is your rising your midheaven? Oh no. Oh no. Thank you, Amber. My mom is an Aries. She's completely introverted. See? You see? Yeah. Libras, on the other hand, Libras are the more extroverted ones, right? Because Libra literally rules the house of, like, this is why Libras are always in relationships. You're like, damn, can't you just be single? You just got out of a relationship. Libras are extroverted people. Now, a golden tongue. Now, I know astrology sounds really cool, but if y'all don't have any Aquarius placements, um, any Scorpio placements, any Sagittarius placements, then astrology for you will be best to be received and not for you to be a reader. You know, um, astrology is a sacred art form that is reserved for the people that are destined to do it, and that's how they approached it back in the traditional period, right? That's why when I talk to people and I ask you what your sign is, I'm referring to your ascendant sign. That's how they used to do it back in the Hellenistic era, right? So nowadays people really go off your sun sign, and I know y'all might follow a lot of people who tell you about your sun sign, but really your ascendant holds the true power in your chart, because your ascendant ruler, your chart ruler, is what holds the most power in your chart, right? So let's say your sun is in Virgo, but your ascendant is in Pisces. You're really a Pisces. You're really a Pisces. I know your whole life you've been identifying as a Virgo, but the essence of you, your personality, when people meet you, they're meeting a Pisces, right? Do you read Vedic astrology? No, I read traditional astrology, which predates Vedic astrology. Traditional astrology is the oldest form of astrology. Wow, so my ascendant is Virgo and my sun is Capricorn. You're really a Virgo. But the way you like to create, the way that you deal with your children, the way that you deal with your father, the way that you deal with your inner child, that's all Capricorn. Okay? So hopefully we can start to reanalyze the way we talk about our sun sign and our ascendant sign and our moon sign, because we've been putting the sun before the ascendant for way too long, right? And people are getting mixed up, you know? When you're dealing with your inner, the reason why cancers always cry is because if you're a Cancer sun, the way that you deal with your inner child is through your emotions. That's why Cancer suns always cry. But if you're a Cancer ascendant, you cry way more than a Cancer sun, but just not in public, because the first house, you do it in private. I know a Leo with Pisces feet. What? Look at his 12th house. Your 12th house is going to tell you about your feet. Libra's in my 12th house, baby. What you think my feet look like? Yeah. Ascendant is first anyway, so makes sense. Yeah. Exactly. Cancer moon. Ooh. Okay. That tells you about the connection with your mom. When the sun tells you about the connection with your dad, the moon tells you about the connection with your mom. Saturn can also tell you about the connection with your dad. Hey, listen, yeah, don't play with the Cancer suns though. I'm telling y'all right now, we're going to get out of a phase of newspaper astrology, Pop-Tart astrology, and we're going to really get back down to the roots of astrology, really helping people based off of like their real natal chart. You know, I see a lot of people being misled online by people who don't know anything about astrology. Some of the best readers online that I know of, Honey Astrology on YouTube, she is a beast with it. Honey Astrology on YouTube, if you don't know about her, you're playing yourself. Go look for Honey Astrology on YouTube, and True Brilliance on YouTube. She's like a close friend of mine. We have our natal charts are damn near like identical. Go look up at True Brilliance. If you think I do great breakdowns, True Brilliance is like the female version of me. Go find her. She is a beast. Thank you for saying that, Nicole. Yeah, Honey Astrology and True Brilliance, two great astrologers. And we have the 5D readers in the room. 5D readers. I just got the reviews back from their readings. Nothing but 5 stars. Nothing but 5 stars. Amber, Nicole. These are two 5D readers in the room. Um, and the reason why this is important, the reason why astrology is so important now, and it will be important over the next 20 years, is because Pluto is an Aquarius. So you're going to see astrology everywhere. 1 second, y'all gotta change my VPN. So yes, you're going to start to see astrology everywhere. Like from companies you would on the back of your cereal box, you know. Yeah, find them on YouTube. All right, so I think that's a good place to stop for today. So does that mean if I fit the part to teach and learn? Wait, what? Do you ever have thoughts regarding your own life? You'd be dropping gems. How are you so calm in your delivery? Well, my midheaven is at 22 degrees, so like I know the way I'm leaving this life, but it's the contract that I signed. You know, like Mercury is conjuncting my midheaven, so in Leo. So literally, me being a teacher online and me getting recognized for it is going to bring about my own demise, unfortunately, because there's people who don't want me to do this. So yeah, I look at my chart all the time because I know thyself, right? I couldn't read other people's chart if I didn't know myself, you know. It wouldn't feel right. I've been studying astrology for a very, very long time, and it took me about probably 8+ years of just looking at my stuff and reading people for free before I actually start to call myself an astrologer and before I start to take other people. And this year, I actually just started charging people. I used to do it for free. Actually, I did one reading back in 2015 or 2016 that I charged him, but I used to just do it for free. That's my Scorpio South node. But since I'm a Taurus North node, I'm supposed to be getting paid. So when y'all buy me badges, when y'all send me cash apps, y'all are helping me to reach my Taurus North node. So yeah, I do know about my chart, yeah. Yeah, if I told y'all the stuff that happened in my personal life, y'all probably be afraid for me. Thank you for saying that, DQC. I want my natal chart to be read. Chanel, East Coast. Thank you for the badge, Nicole. You made my heart smile. We have some readers in the room. We have Nicole in the room. We have Amber in the room. You have some readers in the room. These are 5D readers. Tap in with them. Right? They can read your chart. Also, although I will say right now is not the best time to get into relationships because, you got Libra in the South Node, and this eclipse is going to bring about a bunch of, like I already said earlier, a bunch of breakups. Like the solar eclipse is going to, divorce season, breakup season, right? So I wouldn't say if you're somebody that's looking for love, hold out for a little bit. Continue to focus on yourself, and your partner is going to find you based off of your smoke signal, the vibration you're sending out, right? So if you're somebody that's looking for love, just hold out for a little bit, because the return of true love, the return of real connections, real romance is on its way back. I promise you that. None of this fast microwave Pop-Tart hookup culture stuff, that's completely going away, right? We're getting back to the real essence of like the Notebook type love, that type of love. So I don't know if that's a good example, but I like that movie. Or If Beale Street Can Talk, although that was a bit toxic. Y'all know what I mean. That type of love. What's your thoughts on the Book of Enoch? Well, I have the complete Book of Enoch, like all 3 versions. And Enoch is just another incarnation of Thoth, Hermes, Mercury. Um, yeah, I think that's a good place to stop for today. I keep saying that, but like y'all just keep giving me like good talking points. But since we're here, let me let you know what I'm reading. This book is called God Man, the Word Made Flesh, and just to show y'all like a page, you know. If you want it to be real in your life, you have to immerse yourself in it. Like when I'm not online, I'm in the books, or I'm meditating, or I'm playing with sound bowls, or hanging up upside down from on top of the building or something. Probably not the last one, you know. But you know, the things that you do in your private time will always show in your 10th house. Always, always. So y'all, during the solar eclipse, no matter where you are in your life, if you're, I'm gonna pin this comment, if you're like 60, 70, it's never too late to start over, right? My mom graduated when she was 60. She got a college degree when she was 60. So it's never too late to start over. And if you're somebody who, like, if you're, let's say you have like Venus in your 9th house and you're not reading books, are you okay? Like, if you have Venus in your 9th house, I should never catch you without a book. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean when I say know thyself. When you know your natal chart, then you can know why you do things, and you can also use your natal chart as like a navigation system, a GPS. For example, if I hear you saying, I don't know what I should be doing, you're not tapped in. But if you're like, okay, I got this transit in my 10th house, and you know, my north node is this, and I know I'm on a track to be doing this, and then you are tapped in with your natal chart. And if you're not, then don't feel bad. Don't feel bad that you don't know your natal chart. This is the starting point. This is where you get a astrologer to tap in with you, so you can, you know, have an idea of where you're going. I don't want y'all to be lost, man, because when you get too far when you're too far gone, your spirit guides, like source, takes you out because you can't make it to your north node. So I implore y'all to find a way to stay in alignment so you can stay in the game, right? All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I will start to do these lives more often because I really like this connection we have here. And I hope that y'all have a blessed evening. Pay attention to those dreams. Start to write your dreams down. And see you next time.